an engineer. I have my first degree in mechatronics and my second degree in renewable energy, and I work in that field for over 10 years. How did I find myself in finance? My personal experience getting my first mortgage was a turning point for me. That was my initial sowing a seed of, something's got to be different. The lack of someone being able to help me to understand what I'm getting into, the lack of seeing many people like myself in that space, that is why I decided over 6 years ago now, I'm going to take a deep dive into this industry. Of course, it wasn't a blind decision. So the first thing I did was to, being fortunate with the people that were before me in the industry, was to speak to them. I wanted to do this for the right reason. And of course, there are professional certification that need to be done. All of a sudden, every part of the house becomes an office at the very beginning. It was all started from home and it wasn't easy. The biggest challenge was being accepted by my own people because there is this mindset that only certain set of people can do some certain job. Coffee shops became a second home, and my car, mobile office, it still is, because anywhere the call comes, pull myself to a safe place and let's go. To fast forward 5-6 years on, have a couple of staff. I also have contractors with the company, taking them through the training and the mentoring as well. And I have an office space. At Vivid Financial Solutions Limited, what we are known for at the moment is mortgages and insurance. I started my career in the financial industry just purely doing protection, which is insurance. But guess what? This is that part of finance that largely people within my community don't want to hear. I think there was no plan B for me when I started out in this industry. I started out, this is it. What is at stake is bigger than me. Some of us are more qualified than the job that we are currently doing. So how do we navigate through that? Going by my own personal experience, if I was looking to be employed in this industry, knowing that I was coming from engineering, I would still be looking for unemployment today. I can tell you that. We are open to give people the internship experience, the voluntary experience. I have it on the table to train you, to help you to be qualified with the United Kingdom certification that you need to practice a mortgage or the insurance side of things. I'm going to say to people looking to navigate their path into finance, of course, mentorship is important. It's not about what you know, sometimes it's about who you know. And of course, people like myself, we need to continue to create this opportunity jobs. Well, thanks for the opportunity once again. So my career background, I'm an engineer. So I have my first degree in mechatronics, engineering with management, and my second degree in renewable energy. So, and I work in that field, manufacturing slash production engineer for over 10 years. And it's an industry I was keen to be part of at the time. Again, utilizing my skill and my expertise in that field. So how did I find myself in finance? So for me, my personal experience getting my first mortgage, for example, and also having the likes of insurance in place was a turning point for me. That was my initial sowing a seed of, something's got to be different. Something has got to be different. It's where I am today in the financial space, focusing on helping people to buy their first home and their next home, education around finance in general, talking about everything to do with how to be financially worthy when it comes to your credit utilization and things that you need to make sure you keep an eye on, just to make sure that when the time comes and you need some financial product, you are not at disadvantage, or as the lenders might look at it, high risk investment, for example. So the lack of someone being able to help me to understand what I'm getting into, the lack of seeing many people like myself in that space, and of course, coupled with my personal experience, which I think there has to be, this can be better. That is why I decided over 6 years ago now to say, right, well, um, I'm going to take a deep dive into this industry. Of course, it wasn't a blind decision, like I know nothing about the industry. Of course, I know nothing about mortgage at that point, aside my personal experience going through that journey, which wasn't pleasant. But I have people that have worked in that industry, specifically in the field that I'm looking at for many years. So these people were able to mentor me. I was able to ask them questions. What does the industry look like? What should I expect and what not? And I'm glad that they didn't um, they didn't tell me fibs. They were honest and open enough with me with what to expect. So yes, 6 years ago, I took my first step, and here I am today. So the first thing I did was to um, basically being fortunate with the people that were before me in the industry was to speak to them. I wanted to do this for the right reasons, and my mind was made up. I want to be able to help my fellow, my fellow minority community and beyond, not limited to them. So having those mentor, well, the first thing was me deciding after sourcing and getting information, having enough information to make the right decision about, right, am I over my head here, or am I in the right place? So my mind was set for it for the right reasons. And of course, there are professional certification that need to be done. You have your CMAP. All of a sudden, every every part of the house becomes an office. At the very beginning, it was all from home, and from the dining table to the kitchen to the bedrooms, anywhere around the house. We have a full-on family. So it was all started from home, and it wasn't easy, just like I think most people. But for me, uh, the biggest challenge, of course, through that period was being accepted by my own people, if you like, because there is this mindset that only certain set of people, or some people that look in a certain way, can do some certain job, especially should belong to some certain sector. For example, mortgage advising. Uh, I think when it comes to my community is, oh, right, for various reasons that some of them have been able to share with me later on, why they were skeptical, or not really want to patronize you. But anyway, all started from the kitchen, everywhere around the house for over a year. So walking around the house whenever I can, meeting coffee shops became a second home. If I need to meet folks, and my car, mobile office, it still is, because anywhere the call comes, pull myself to a safe place and let's go. That's me. So it's a hard work. So now to fast forward, 6 years on, have a couple of staff, and have, apart from the staff that are on the payroll, I also have what you would call contractors with the company, using the company's name, uh, taking them through the training and the mentoring as well, so that they can continue to support people within our community and beyond when it comes to buying your first home or protecting your family as well. So yeah, we're far from being where we want to be, but looking back at the 5 years ago, and I have an office space, not just for me and for the staff as well, and also more people, more staff, and as well as more associate colleagues within the business. So at Vivid Financial Solutions Limited, what we are known for at the moment is mortgages and insurance. So mortgages in the sense that you are looking to buy your first home, you have a mortgage already, you are looking for a new deal, or you are looking for an investment opportunity, you want to buy to rent out. That is our space in mortgage. And we do that better than anyone else, because we support you right before you are ready. And everything we do in the mortgage space, and even in the insurance space, it's all about you. It's all about you. We work with you to deliver. We guide you through the process. Saying no is something that we are not good with, because we always look for a way to support and deliver for our customer. And talking about insurance as well, which is very important. It, again, I started my career in the financial industry just purely doing protection, which is the insurance, life insurance, critical illness cover, income protection, private medical insurance, home insurance. But guess what? This is that part of finance that largely people within my community don't want to hear. People don't want you telling them what happened to you if you die, what happened to your family, what happened if you lose your job, what happened if you are sick and you are not getting paid. And that was the hardest part of the conversation. But Vivid Financial Solutions Limited, we are experts when it comes to buying home, moving home, investment home, and also you need a sound, solid advice when it comes to financially protecting your family. We are both part of the Black Professional United Kingdom. And as you know, one of the core is just being able to showcase this wealth of talent, experience. Some of us are more qualified than the job that we are currently doing. So how do we navigate through that? I think so. You have communities, organizations like Black Professional United Kingdom, and also one thing, going by my personal experience, if I was looking to be employed in this industry, knowing that I was coming from engineering, I would still be looking for unemployment till today. I can tell you that. I took on the risk of being a self-employed. I'm only going to earn on the output, on my production rather. It's something I would leave that on the table for anyone thinking about getting into finance. Of course, it might not be all aspects of finance that might be possible. But in my space, talking about the mortgage space and the insurance space, this is one of the new approach that we are taking in Vivid right now. Since last year, actually, we are open to give people the internship experience, the voluntary experience, just to bring you want to know what the industry is like either before you go on. Whilst I'm not able to say I'm going to employ you to be my mortgage advisor for now, I have it on the table to train you, to help you to be qualified with the United Kingdom certification that you need to practice a mortgage, which is the CMAP or the insurance side of things. I'm going to say to people looking to navigate their path into finance, of course, mentorship is important. It's not about what you know. Sometimes it's about who you know. Yeah. So that doesn't mean it's going to fast track you to where you're going, but be open. And of course, people like myself, we need to continue to create this opportunity jobs. You can imagine if let's assume I even got lucky and I'm now employed by a company. I can't bring other people along. We need to take calculated risk. We need to talk to the right people before us to help us. Sometimes the way to get to it might not be you being employed. It might be you doing what you call a contracting role. You just doing, you get paid based on what you earn. And from there on, you are growing in the industry. Just my own roadmap, for example. I started out just being, I'm still the same till now, even though I have a company that I run. I started out not looking for anybody to pay me a dime, but rather I'm going to put the work in and I'm going to get paid based on the work I put in. You might want to consider that, as well as be open to voluntary role in the sector that you are looking to grow into, as well as internship opportunities. Some of them might not have money. There might not be a monetary reward, but guess what? You are gaining valuable experience that will help you into getting the job eventually, if that's still the path. So that would be my advice. Believe in what you want to be. The road is not going to be easy for everybody, for majority actually, but just be very sure in yourself. This is the space you want to go into. Um, Speak to the right people, gain the necessary certification, and it's a matter of time. I think there was no plan B for me when I started out in this industry. There was no plan B. Plan B in that I didn't set out thinking, what if it doesn't work? I started out, this is it. The uh, what is at stake is bigger than me. I wasn't thinking, what if it doesn't work? It's all about this is gonna work. And so if you call that willpower, if you call that strong-minded, I think what was at stake, what I can see, the need was beyond me. And again, this is why I don't want people in this space, especially within my community, just to be limited to Steven and the team at Vivid Financial Solutions. I'm looking to see many more popping up all across the cities and towns of Scotland and the whole of the United Kingdom. So my willpower, there was no plan B. I'm going into this full on. And of course, I have to, in everything, I give the credit to God. Why? Why do I have to? Why am I giving the credit to God in this? Everybody that knew me, everybody, the few people I shared this idea with, that I was telling, I was in a payroll, I was earning a decent salary at that time. And I'm saying to a few group of my friends, guess what? I'm going to leave this job and I'm going to become self-employed. I'm going to work myself to an industry I have no clue about beside what you guys have told me. Everybody think I was absolutely nuts. I'm crazy. Not the right time to be even thinking about moving. You've just gotten a mortgage, you have family to feed and whatnot, and this is when you want to. But my faith pulled me through that period. That's all I can tell you. This is a field that the profession that you really into. Now, you now need to surround yourself with the right network. Your network is your net worth. We always say that. And it's got to be the right network. Throw yourself into mentoring. It doesn't, you know what mentoring is all about. You are new, you are fresh, I understand. You want to start making money. Start not just making money, start utilizing that experience. Start developing yourself into that role. Continue to apply for job. If you have opportunity to get mentorship or to have internship or to even volunteer within that sector, of course, ideally you would love to be paid, but let's assume the opportunity to get paid is not right there, but yet you can gain valuable experience that will help you later on. Don't take it off the table. Leave that on the table as well as a consideration. And of course, it's never too young to have to start your own business. Please don't be scared at going on 0-hour contract, for example, like myself. I mean, I have family, mortgage to pay. Basically, all the bills in the UK, I have them. And I still decided I'm going to leave that secure 9 to 5 fixed salary to come to this space. That takes more than logic to get me to that space. So please, don't think, oh, at this stage in my life, I don't want to be owning a business and whatnot. Maybe you come and have a chat with me and see, maybe help you better. But please, don't zero your mind in, I've gained this certification and I'm going to work for World Bank, I'm going to work for CBN, I'm going to, all those are great and sounds absolutely, great opportunity. But what about you creating your own that will even bring more people, that you will become an employer yourself? You're looking to be employed. What stops you becoming an employer? You're never too young. Who said it's too young to own your own business? No.